Your energy is everything. The frequency you operate at determines what you attract into your life. It's that simple. When you understand that you are at your core a vibrational being, everything changes. The thoughts you think, the emotions you feel, the actions you take, they're all forms of energy. And energy has frequency, energy has vibration. I've spent decades studying the human brain, quantum physics, and the science of transformation. And I can tell you with absolute certainty that there are specific things in your life that are draining your energy, lowering your vibration, and keeping you stuck in patterns that don't serve your highest potential. Today, I want to talk about 7 specific things that lower your vibration faster than anything else. These are the energy vampires hiding in plain sight. And once you identify them and remove them from your life, you'll experience a surge in energy, clarity, and creative potential that will literally transform your reality. The universe responds to your vibration, not your words or your wishes. Understanding vibration is understanding the fundamental language of the universe. When you raise your vibration, you align with higher possibilities. When you lower it, you disconnect from your potential. Your vibration isn't some abstract concept, it's a measurable reality. Every thought produces an electromagnetic signal. Every emotion creates a chemical signature in your body. Together, they generate a vibrational frequency that extends beyond your physical form and interacts with the quantum field around you. The field, that invisible realm of pure potential, doesn't respond to what you want. It responds to who you are being. It responds to your vibration, and that vibration is determined by your thoughts, feelings, and actions moment by moment. Most people live their lives completely unaware of their vibrational state. They wonder why the same patterns keep repeating, why the same problems keep appearing, why they can't seem to break through to new levels of health, wealth, and fulfillment. The answer is simple. They're maintaining the same vibrational frequency day after day. Your body is literally made of energy. Your cells communicate through electrical impulses. Your heart generates an electromagnetic field that extends several feet beyond your physical body. Your brain produces electrical signals that can be measured and mapped. You are in the most literal sense an energy being having a physical experience. And just like a radio needs to be tuned to the right frequency to receive a clear signal, you need to maintain a certain vibrational frequency to connect with the possibilities you desire. When your vibration drops, that connection weakens. When it rises, that connection strengthens. The 7 things I'm about to share with you act like anchors, dragging down your vibrational frequency and keeping you disconnected from your potential. They create patterns of energy and chemistry in your body that lock you into lower states of consciousness and limit what's possible for you. But here's the good news. Once you identify these vibrational saboteurs, you can eliminate them, you can choose differently. You can raise your frequency and create a new baseline of energy that attracts new possibilities into your life. Let's talk about the first thing that lowers your vibration faster than almost anything else: negative self-talk. The voice in your head shapes your reality. That inner dialogue running through your mind all day long isn't just commentary, it's creation. Those thoughts aren't just passive observations. They're active instructions to your nervous system, your cells, and the field around you. When you engage in negative self-talk, you're literally programming your body for failure. Each self-critical thought, each moment of doubt, each internal put-down creates a specific neural pattern and triggers a cascade of stress chemicals. Your body can't tell the difference between an actual threat and an imagined one. It responds to your thoughts as if they were reality. Think about it. When you tell yourself, "I can't do this," or "I always mess things up," or "nothing ever works out for me," you're not just having a thought. You're creating chemistry, you're producing cortisol and adrenaline, you're activating your sympathetic nervous system, your fig-tor flight response. You're shifting your body from growth and repair into protection and survival, and in that state, your vibration plummets. You become disconnected from possibility. You become blind to opportunity. You become closed to solutions because biologically, chemically, energetically, you've shifted into a state where survival is the priority. Not thriving, not creating, not transforming. I've worked with thousands of people who were stuck in patterns of negative thinking. And here's what I've observed. Their external reality always matched their internal dialogue. The universe was simply reflecting back to them the energy they were putting out. Their negative thoughts were creating a negative vibration, and that vibration was attracting matching experiences. But I've also seen what happens when people break this pattern. When they become aware of their self-talk and consciously choose new thoughts, new words, new beliefs, the shift is remarkable. It's not just psychological, it's biological, it's energetic. Their cells respond, their field responds. The quantum realm responds. Your self-talk is literally programming your future. If you want to raise your vibration, start by listening to how you speak to yourself. Catch those negative thoughts before they trigger the chemistry of stress and limitation. Replace them with thoughts that empower you, that elevate you, that align you with your highest potential. This isn't positive thinking or wishful thinking. This is understanding the direct relationship between your thoughts, your body's chemistry, and your energetic signature. This is taking control of the most fundamental creative process in your life, the conversation you're having with yourself. Monitor yourself. Talk for one full day. You'll be shocked at how much negativity you've been allowing to run unchecked through your mind. And then make a decision to change it, to catch those thoughts, to redirect them, to choose words and ideas that raise your vibration instead of lowering it. The second major factor that drastically lowers your vibration: toxic relationships. We are social beings and our energy fields interact constantly. When you spend time with someone, your nervous systems begin to synchronize. Your brain waves start to entrain with theirs. Your heart rhythms begin to influence each other. This is measurable, verifiable science. Toxic relationships create toxic energy. When you're around people who are constantly complaining, criticizing, or catastrophizing, their vibrational frequency affects yours. Their stress becomes your stress. Their limitation becomes your limitation. Their fear becomes your fear. I've seen this in brain scans. I've seen this in heart rate variability measurements. I've seen this in immune function tests. When you maintain relationships with people who operate at low vibrational frequencies, people who are stuck in victimhood, blame, resentment, or negativity, your biology changes. Your energy changes. Think about how you feel after spending time with different people in your life. Some leave you feeling energized, inspired, capable. Others leave you feeling drained, doubtful, smaller somehow. That's not coincidence. That's energy transfer. That's vibrational entrainment. Your relationships are either raising your frequency or lowering it. There is no neutral exchange of energy between human beings. Every interaction either adds to your field or depletes it. This doesn't mean you need to cut people out of your life callously, but it does mean you need to be conscious about who you're allowing to influence your energetic state. It means creating boundaries. It means limiting exposure to those who consistently lower your vibration. It means seeking out relationships that elevate you. I've had participants in my workshops make dramatic transformations simply by changing their social environment, by consciously choosing to spend more time with people who operate at higher frequencies and less time with those who don't. The shift in their energy was remarkable. Their health improved. Their creativity flourished. Their sense of possibility expanded. Your nervous system is constantly scanning your environment, looking for cues about what's safe and what's dangerous, what's possible and what's not. When you're surrounded by people who are living from limitation, your nervous system receives the message that limitation is normal, expected, appropriate. But when you surround yourself with people who are living from possibility, your nervous system receives a very different message. Take inventory of your relationships, notice how different people affect your energy, and then make conscious choices about who gets your time, your attention, your precious life force. Choose relationships that raise your vibration, not ones that lower it. The third major factor that drastically lowers your vibration, fear-based thinking. Fear might be the most powerful vibration-lowering force in human experience. When you slip into fear, whether it's worry about the future, anxiety about outcomes, or dread about what might happen, your entire physiology changes. Your heart rate increases, your blood vessels constrict, your muscles tense, your digestion slows, your immune function decrease. Fear triggers more than 1,400 known physical and chemical responses in your body. It activates more than 30 different hormones and neurotransmitters. And every single one of those responses lowers your energetic vibration. Most people live in a chronic state of low-grade fear. They're constantly scanning for what might go wrong. They're perpetually preparing for worst-case scenarios. They're always on alert, always in protection mode, always bracing for danger or disappointment. And this state, this anticipatory fear, keeps their vibration chronically low. The problem is that your body can't tell the difference between a real threat and an imagined one. When you worry about losing your job, your body responds as if you're being chased by a predator. When you fear rejection, your biology reacts as if your survival is at stake. When you anticipate failure, your systems prepare as if disaster is imminent. And in that state of preparation for danger, your vibration cannot rise, your energy cannot expand. Your field cannot connect with higher possibilities because biologically, energetically, you're in survival mode. And survival mode is incompatible with the higher vibrational states of creation, inspiration, and transformation. Fear is focusing on a future that hasn't happened yet, and investing that imagined future with negative emotion. It's using your creative capacity to construct scenarios that lower your vibration instead of raise it. It's using the power of your consciousness to disconnect from possibility rather than connect with it. I've worked with people who were literally making themselves sick with fear. Their immune systems were compromised. Their digestive systems were malfunctioning. Their hormonal systems were imbalanced not because of any external pathogen or condition, but because of the chemistry of fear they were creating in their bodies day after day. When they learned to recognize fear-based thinking and redirect it, when they trained themselves to use their mental and emotional energy differently, their biology transformed, their energy transformed, their lives transformed. There's a direct relationship between your level of fear and your vibrational frequency. The more fear you harbor, the lower your vibration. The more you replace fear with trust, certainty, and presence, the higher your vibration rises. This doesn't mean ignoring legitimate dangers or being reckless. It means distinguishing between awareness and fear. You can be aware of potential challenges without flooding your system with stress chemicals. You can acknowledge possible obstacles without collapsing into worry. You can recognize risks without ruminating on them. When you catch yourself in fear-based thinking, pause, take a breath, return to the present moment. Ask yourself, is this fear serving me? Is this fear protecting me from actual danger? Or is this fear disconnecting me from my potential? Most of the time, you'll find it's the latter. The fourth major factor that lowers your vibration, overconsumption of media. We live in a world saturated with information. News, social media, entertainment, they're all competing for your attention, your energy, your consciousness. And most of these inputs are specifically designed to trigger emotional responses that lower your vibration. Think about the news for a moment. It's overwhelmingly focused on problems, threats, conflicts, and crises. It's designed to activate your sympathetic nervous system to trigger fight, flight, or freeze responses to make you feel that your survival is at stake, to keep you coming back for updates. Resolution for relief. Social media operates on similar principles. It's engineered to create comparison, inadequacy, fear of missing out. It presents carefully curated highlights that make your own life seem lacking. It bombards you with conflicting opinions that create mental and emotional turbulence. It fragments your attention and disrupts your natural thought patterns. Even entertainment, movies, television, music often focuses on drama, conflict, and problems. It portrays a world of struggle, danger, and limitation, and your brain doesn't fully distinguish between these fabricated scenarios and real life. Your body responds with stress chemicals, with protective postures, with survival-oriented functions. The result? Hours spent consuming media can leave your vibration drastically lowered, your energy field becomes constricted, your creative potential becomes limited, your connection to possibility becomes compromised. I've seen people transform their energy simply by changing their media diet. By consciously choosing what information they allow into their awareness, by setting boundaries around when and how they consume news and social media, by selecting entertainment that elevates rather than diminishes their vibrational state. This doesn't mean disconnecting from the world entirely. It means being selective about what you give your attention to. It means consuming information intentionally rather than habitually. It means asking, will this input raise my vibration or lower it? Your attention is one of your most valuable resources. Where you place it determines in large part your vibrational frequency. When you give your attention to problems, threats, and limitations, your vibration naturally decreases. When you give it to possibilities, solutions, and inspiration, your vibration naturally increases. For 1 week, try a media fast or a media diet. Limit your consumption of news to once a day. Check social media at scheduled times rather than reflexively. Choose entertainment that leaves you feeling expanded rather than contracted. And notice what happens to your energy, your mood, your sense of possibility. The fifth major factor that lowers your vibration, physical toxins. Your body is not separate from your energy field. They are intimately connected. What affects one affects the other. And physical toxins in your food, your water, your air, your personal care products have a direct impact on your vibrational frequency. When your body is processing toxins, it diverts energy away from higher functions. It prioritizes detoxification over creation. It focuses on survival rather than thriving, and this shift, this reallocation of your life force lowers your vibration significantly. Processed foods filled with artificial ingredients, pesticides, and preservatives, air polluted with particulate and chemicals, water contaminated with heavy metals and pharmaceutical residues, products absorbed through your skin that contain endocrine disruptors and carcinogens. All of these introduce substances that your body must work to eliminate, and that work comes at an energetic cost. I've seen remarkable transformations in people who simply cleaned up their physical environment, who switched to whole organic foods, who filtered their air and water, who eliminated toxic products from their homes. Their energy shifted, their vibration rose, their potential expanded. Your body has an innate intelligence. It knows how to maintain health, how to repair damage, how to optimize function. But when it's constantly bombarded with substances it wasn't designed to process, that intelligence gets compromised. That function gets impaired and your vibrational frequency suffers as a result. This is why detoxification is often a crucial first step in raising your vibration. By reducing your toxic load, by giving your body less to process and eliminate, You free up energy for higher functions. You create space for your vibration to rise naturally. Start with simple changes. Drink more pure water to help your body flush toxins. Choose whole foods over processed ones. Read labels and avoid products with ingredients you can't pronounce. Open windows to circulate fresh air. Use plants to filter indoor air. Switch to natural cleaning and personal care products. These might seem like small shifts, but their impact on your energy can be profound. As your body becomes less burdened by toxins, your vibration will naturally begin to rise. You'll have more energy, more clarity, more connection to possibility, the sixth major factor that lowers your vibration. Victim mentality. Few things drop your frequency faster than seeing yourself as a victim of circumstances, people, or life itself. When you adopt a victim mentality, you're essentially declaring yourself powerless. You're stating that external forces determine your experience, your outcomes, your reality. And that declaration, that energetic stance immediately lowers your vibration. Victim consciousness is rooted in the past. It's constantly referencing previous experiences, previous hurts, previous limitations. It's using history to define possibility. It's looking backward instead of forward, and this orientation, this fixation on what was rather than what could be keeps your vibration locked at a lower frequency. I've worked with thousands of people who were stuck in victim patterns. They had legitimate reasons for feeling victimized. They had experienced genuine hardships, traumas, and injustices. But as long as they maintained a victim vibration, they remained disconnected from their power to create something new. When they shifted from victim consciousness to creator consciousness, when they moved from this happened to me to what can I create from this, their energy transformed, their vibration rose, their reality began to change. Victim mentality creates a specific biochemistry in your body. It triggers stress hormones, it activates inflammatory responses, it disrupts optimal neural function. It creates a chemistry of disempowerment that becomes addictive over time. You become accustomed to the feeling of powerlessness, to the familiar sensations of being at the effect of life rather than the cause of it. Breaking this pattern requires awareness and choice. It requires catching yourself in victim thoughts and redirecting your energy. It requires asking different questions. How am I creating this instead of why is this happening to me? What can I learn from this instead of why do I have to go through this? How can I use this instead of how can I escape this? This isn't about denying reality or pretending bad things don't happen. It's about where you place your precious attention and energy. It's about which aspects of reality you amplify with your focus. It's about what vibration you choose to maintain regardless of circumstances. When you catch yourself in victim thinking, pause, take a breath, remind yourself of your creative power. Ask, who would I be without this victim story? What would be possible if I approach this situation as a creator rather than a victim? And then notice how your energy shifts, how your vibration rises, how your sense of possibility expands. The seventh and final major factor that lowers your vibration, resistance to change. Change is the only constant in life. Everything is in motion, in flux, in transformation. This is the nature of reality, and when you resist this nature, when you cling to what is familiar, what is comfortable, what is known, you create an energetic friction that drastically lowers your vibration. Resistance to change manifests as tension in your body, as rigidity in your thinking, as constriction in your energy field. It creates a particular chemistry, a stress response to perceived threats that keeps your vibration chronically low. Most people resist change because they fear the unknown. They prefer the certainty of limitation to the uncertainty of possibility. They choose the predictability of their current reality, even if it's painful or unfulfilling, over the unpredictability of a new reality. And this choice, this preference for the known over the unknown keeps their vibration locked at a lower frequency. I've seen people transform their lives simply by developing a different relationship with change, by embracing uncertainty rather than fearing it, by seeing change as an opportunity rather than a threat, by recognizing that all growth, all evolution, all creation requires movement from the known to the unknown. When you resist change, you're essentially fighting against the fundamental nature of the universe. You're placing yourself in opposition to the flow of life itself. And that opposition creates an energetic dissonance that depletes your field and lowers your vibration. But when you align with change, when you welcome it, embrace it, even initiate it, you create resonance with the creative force of life. You harmonize with the evolutionary impulse of the universe, and that alignment raises your vibration dramatically. This doesn't mean change for the sake of change. It means being willing to let go of what no longer serves you in order to make room for what does. It means recognizing when you're holding on to something out of fear rather than wisdom. It means distinguishing between healthy stability and unhealthy stagnation. When you feel resistance arising, that contraction in your body, that constriction in your energy, pause, take a breath, ask yourself, what am I afraid might happen if I allow this change? What am I afraid I might lose? And what might become possible if I release this resistance? Then notice how your energy shifts as you open to possibility rather than clinging to certainty. Now that we've explored these 7 major vibration lowering factors, I want you to consider something important. Your vibration is not fixed, it's not predetermined, it's not outside your control. Your vibration is a choice you make moment by moment through your thoughts, your feelings, your actions, and your relationships. You have the power to raise your vibration at any time. You have the ability to shift your energy intentionally. You have the capacity to change your vibrational frequency, and by extension, to change what you attract and create in your life. Start by becoming aware of these 7 factors in your daily experience. Notice when negative self-talk is lowering your vibration. Observe how certain relationships affect your energy. Recognize when fear-based thinking is disconnecting you from possibility. Pay attention to how media consumption influences your vibrational state. Be conscious of how physical toxins impact your energy. Catch yourself in victim mentality and redirect to creator consciousness. Feel when resistance to change is creating constriction in your field. Awareness is the first step. Once you can identify these vibration-lowering factors, you can begin to eliminate them. You can make different choices. You can create new patterns. You can establish a new baseline of vibrational frequency that attracts new possibilities into your life. Remember, the universe responds to your vibration, not your words or your wishes. When you maintain a high vibration, when you consistently operate at a frequency of possibility, creativity, and love, you align with higher potentials. You connect with greater opportunities. You attract experiences that match your elevated state. This is not metaphysical thinking. This is not wishful thinking. This is understanding the fundamental relationship between energy and reality, between vibration and creation, between frequency and manifestation. You are a vibrational being living in a vibrational universe. Every thought you think, every emotion you feel, every choice you make, every relationship you maintain, they all contribute to your overall frequency. They all determine what you can access, what you can create, what you can become. Choose wisely, choose consciously, choose vibrational states that align with your highest potential rather than your familiar limitations. Choose thoughts, emotions, and actions that raise your frequency rather than lower it. Your vibration is your point of attraction. It's your relationship with possibility. It's your connection to the field of infinite potential that surrounds you at all times. Guard it, nurture it, elevate it, and watch as your reality transforms to match your new energetic signature. You have everything you need to raise your vibration right now. You don't need special tools or techniques. You don't need anyone's permission or approval. You just need awareness and choice. You need the willingness to notice what lowers your frequency and the commitment to choose differently. Start today. Start right now. Become conscious of these 7 vibration-lowering factors in your life. Eliminate them one by one. Replace them with thoughts, emotions, relationships, and practices